always from the heart of the city, and now on demand 24/7 on the CHFI website. This is the soundtrack to accompany the magical May Do. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers Online. John Muir wrote, "The grand show is eternal. It is always sunrise somewhere. The dew is never all dried at once. A shower is forever falling. Vapor is ever rising. Eternal sunrise, eternal sunset, eternal dawn on sea and continents and islands, each in its turn, as the round earth rolls." The poet Issa had another point of view. The world of dew is the world of dew. And yet, tonight, just as the dew begins to form, some thoughts on its supposed magical properties and what you should be doing in it come the morning. With Lovers and Other Strangers from CHFI.com. You're listening to Lovers and Other Strangers at CHFI.com. Bill Withers with Grover Washington Jr., just the two of us in the morning dew, and Beyonce, If I Were a Boy. Dawns are moist with dew, and jeweled cobwebs spangle the lawn. Fog patches hover in the lowlands, and gray mist covers tree-circled woodland ponds. When the sun's first rays tip over the horizon and slant to the meadows, drops of dew on clover leaves glisten like pearls in the morning light. An excerpt from the writing of Jerry Childs in the St. John, New Brunswick Telegraph Journal. And Eric Maple, in his book Superstition and the Superstitious, writes, Otto Ernest Rayburn, in his Ozark County, refers to a curious custom in which lovelorn maidens on May Eve suspend their handkerchiefs on bushes in the hope that on the morning after they may see in the dried dew the initials of the one they will marry. Magical May Dew. This hour with Lovers and Other Strangers from CHFI.com. Lovers and Other Strangers from CHFI.com. Savage Garden and I Knew I Loved You, and Anna Nalick and Breathe 2 a.m. The body of man is like a flicker of lightning, existing only to return to nothingness. Like the spring growth that shrivels in autumn, waste no thought on the process, for it has no purpose, coming and going like the dew. The words of Van Hahn, translated into English. Now, I don't necessarily believe life's like that. The writer of that poem died many centuries back. Maybe that's what he considered his life to be. But I think it's something more substantial than the dew. Gertrude Thompson Miller in Fields of Gold wrote, I walked among the tender grasses, sparkling in the dew. I heard the whispering of the trees, the morning call of birds, the murmur of the bees. I watched the buds so quietly unfold to kiss the sun. I felt the calm and gentle breeze when day is done. I know that God would walk and talk within my garden, too. Lovers and Other Strangers. From CHFI.com. Lovers and Other Strangers. From CHFI.com. David Cook with The Time of My Life and Celine Dion with The Power of Love. Cassandra Eason, in her book, A Complete Guide to Magic and Ritual, How to Use Natural Energies to Heal Your Life, published in 1999 by Judy Piatkis Publishers in London, she wrote, and I quote, "Long regarded as a mystical manifestation, dew appears even on clear nights, only to disappear in the early morning light. It has been called fairy pearls and Lady Moon's promise. The transformation of the previous night's discarded dreams and failed hopes, transformed by gentle lunar power into the seeds of new hope." Its connection with the moon inspired the French writer and soldier Cyrano de Bergerac when he produced his romance, A Trip to the Moon, published in 1657. He claimed to have fastened small bottles filled with dew to his body, to have been sucked up by the sun, and to have landed on the moon. Cassandra Eason, in her book A Complete Guide to Magic and Ritual, goes on to write, again I quote, "I cannot promise you a lunar holiday with dew magic, but we can still use the magic of dew to lift our spirits and to raise our dreams to reality." Dew has always been used for healing and countryside spells. It is said to soothe and heal sore eyes, skin diseases, gout, vertigo, and children with delicate health. Collected from fennel leaves, it was said to improve the eyesight. We do not know when the ancient tradition began of maidens bathing their faces in the May morn dew, preferably gathered from beneath an oak tree, the druidic tree of wisdom, to enhance their beauty. Certainly, the Druids regarded dew as a powerful fertility symbol, and the Celtic festival of Beltane, to mark the coming of summer, began on May Eve. Unquote. Cassandra Eason, in her book A Complete Guide to Magic and Ritual, How to Use Natural Energies to Heal Your Life, published by Judy Piatkis Publishers in London. More shortly, with Lovers and Other Strangers. From CHFI.com. Lovers and Other Strangers, now available online from CHFI.com. Boyz II Men in the Still of the Night and Van Morrison, and Have I Told You Lately? And don't forget to read my blog, also available at CHFI.com. Again, from writer Cassandra Eason, in her book, A Complete Guide to Magic and Ritual, How to Use Natural Energies to Heal Your Life, published in 1999 by Judy Piatkis Publishers in London. And I quote, "May dew was also said to be endowed with the power to enhance fertility and to offer protection against malice. It promised luck throughout the year to all who rolled or washed in it, especially as the sun rose." Unquote. She tells us of a dew ritual for fertility and abundance. And again I quote, "This is best carried out as the first dawn light floods the sky, particularly on May morning. Use it to focus on any aspect of your life which is in need of fertility or abundance. This can range from the desire for a child to a new project or job, from love to prosperity. Go out into the open air as early as possible. Ideally, it should be somewhere you can be alone and feel relaxed and confident. Take with you a symbol of whatever it is you want to increase. A tiny doll to represent a baby. A pair of china figures for reviving an ailing love match. A silver heart for attracting new love. A coin for money, or an apple for health. Collect 9 drops of dew with an eyedropper in a clear glass vial or small bottle with a stopper. The dew should be on a flower or plant rather than on the ground. Using the eyedropper, allow a single drop at a time to fall on the symbol, saying something like, "Dew of the moon, dew of the dawn. Bring health, wealth, love." Name whatever you need. To me this morn. Repeat the chant for each drop until all 9 have fallen on the symbol. Leave the symbol to dry naturally on a pure white cloth in the sunlight. When the sun sets, cover the symbol with a dark scarf until the next dawn. If the matter is an urgent or major one, repeat the ritual each morning at dawn for 3 days. Unquote. The book is a complete guide to magic and ritual, how to use natural energies to heal your life, by Cassandra Eason, published by Judy Piatkus Publishers in London. Lovers and Other Strangers from CHFI.com. Lovers and Other Strangers, now available online on demand from CHFI.com. Norah Jones and Come Away With Me. Jim Cuddy and Pull Me Through, and Kelly Rowland with Unity. Someone once wrote, "It is a sultry day. The sun has drunk the dew that lay upon the morning grass. There is no rustling in the lofty elm that canopies my dwelling, and its shade scarce cools me." From the book Love, Titania's Wishing Spells by Titania Hardy, published in 1999 by Quadrille Publishing, was this, and I quote, "This precious moisture, collected on May morning and throughout the month, was valued for its cosmetic and health-giving powers, but it is especially useful for love spells. Place a silver dish out overnight on May Eve or any other night in the same month and collect up all the dews on May morning. Place 1 drop of the liquid on your lips and say your lover's name out loud. Toss a few drops over your left shoulder and wish strongly for love to grow sweetly and happily between you. Make up a love potion with some May flowers. Pansies and early roses are usual, and a vanilla pod steeped in wine or champagne. Add a few drops of the May dew at the end. Your love will grow bold and demonstrative in a way you have never witnessed before." Unquote. Or so the myth goes. On his tongue they pour sweet dew, and from his mouth flow gentle words. Lovers and Other Strangers from CHFI.com. That concludes this edition of Lovers and Other Strangers, available online and on demand 24/7 My blog is still available at chfi.com. Just follow the links on the homepage. And your emails and comments are always welcome and appreciated. You can post them on my blog on the CHFI website. I'd still like to believe you listen at night. If not, you can save this for later. Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.